It's official, CM Punk has been fired by All Elite Wrestling. Punk's firing comes after an investigation into his backstage altercation with Jack Perry at All In at Wembley Stadium. With Punk now gone from All, it's likely that spells the end for him in wrestling. But what if Punk appeared backstage at Raw in Chicago several months ago, where he reportedly spoke to Triple H and others before being ordered to leave by Vince McMahon? With Punk now out of work, what if he did decide to return to WWE? Here are 7 ways he could make his return to WWE. 7. Survivor Series in Chicago. Take a guess what city this year's Survivor Series is taking place in? He fired Punk before All Out in Chicago, so the chance for the Chicago crowd to see him on pay-per-view in 2023 came up just short. It would be a big coup for WWE, perhaps opening up more tickets and keeping his return a terrible secret akin to the first Dance Rampage show. Not sure what he'd do on the show though, maybe answer an open challenge from The Miz? 6. Royal Rumble return. Everyone's go-to for a big surprise WWE return, the Rumble would be a good place to bring Punk back. Here's a fun little fact for you, next year's Royal Rumble will mark 10 years since Punk's last match in the company, so him returning there is extra fitting. The pop for Punk's theme hitting in the Rumble would be huge and create another all-time Royal Rumble moment. It gives a nice out for Punk to win and go on to receive his WrestleMania main event in just his first night back. 5. Confronts John Cena. We have somehow entered a reality where it is not impossible for WWE to book one last match between John Cena and CM Punk. Cena is set to be on SmackDown for the next 2 months due to the ongoing writers' strike, with there having reportedly been discussions for him to appear at Fastlane as well as Payback. Imagine, if you will, a world where Punk returns to WWE and runs it back with John Cena one final time. They likely wouldn't capture that 2011 magic, but it'd be worth a go. 4. Confronts Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes left All Elite Wrestling just 4 months after CM Punk made his debut there. So they basically passed like ships in the night. Now though, Cody is on top of WWE and Punk is now a free man, so it's the first time the match could ever be possible. Punk has fought every other EVP, so Cody is the last name for him to check off. 3. Challenges Roman Reigns. Another fun fact for you, Roman Reigns' run as the Universal Champion was longer than CM Punk's entire career. Everyone's natural first though about a Punk return is him face-to-face with the Tribal Chief, with the obvious Heyman link between the two. Reigns has spoken about Punk in the past, so the match would be big-time box office on top of just that. It likely wouldn't end well for Punk, but the match would feel huge too. Challenges Seth Rollins. Of course, Roman Reigns is not the only world champion in WWE. Right now Punk and Seth Rollins almost feels like the more personal match, as Rollins has spoken about Punk being a cancer following the All Out incident last year. Punk popping up at the end of a show, dropping Rollins with a GTS and setting up a huge match with a hot build would be great. 1. The real world's champion. When Ric Flair jumped over to WWF, he brought with him the big gold belt, proclaiming himself the real world's champion. Punk was already proclaiming himself the real world champion in EU, and he was never beaten for it, so he's technically still the real world's champion. Obviously it likely wouldn't be the physical EU title like Flair, because that opens up a whole bunch of legal worms, but any other stand and title. Punk could then defend the belt against the top stars in WWE, including Cody Rhodes and all the meta greatness that rivalry would be. TABKS for watching. Comments your thoughts.